Transitions. In video, it's what gets you from one shot to another. Simple as that. Cuts, fades, wipes, you've seen them all in the biggest movies and shows and your favorite online content. The question is, as a video creator, when do you use what? With all these types of video transitions to choose from, what's going to be most effective for your specific content at that specific moment? Let's talk it through, using real examples in the Switcher Studio Live Editing iOS app. First, let's briefly go over why you should use different types of video transitions in the first place and not just cut from one shot to another every time. It's all about tone and context. Think of a transition as getting you from one setting to another. So if you're live editing a show and switching between two people talking, a hard cut is all you need. They're actively engaged with each other and sharing the same context. There's also no emotion or tension that justifies another type of transition. Just look at when we use a dissolve to change cameras. That doesn't look right, does it? It doesn't fit in naturally and disrupts the flow of the conversation. But let's say we're moving on from this scene to a new location entirely. Well, that's a perfect time for a transition. The transition gives a clear separation of the two scenes as signals to the viewer that they're about to see something new. So let's show off a few different types of video transitions and use cases for them, and we'll use the pre-built transitions in the Switcher Studio app to do so. First, let's see a few of what we'll call simple transitions. You see these often in movies and shows, and they're simply meant to get the job done. They mostly match the tone of a scene, and they aren't meant to be distracting. These transitions include fade, cross dissolve, wipe, cover, iris, and push. They're great for switching between locations, introducing title or end cards, or letting a scene linger on and sink in with your audience. The most common of these is cross dissolve, which fades on the new image while the old image is still there. This is a catch-all that works for just about anything, but not when you're switching between angles of the same scene, like we showed earlier. If you want to add significance and signify a scene ending, try a fade. It'll fade to black, hold there, then fade up the new setting. And if you want to invoke a classic film transition, try a wipe, famously associated with Star Wars. Now let's take a look at transitions involving movement, which we'll refer to as active transitions. Transitions like these simulate camera movement or something happening within the scene itself, and you'll see them in fast-paced or action-driven scenes. I'd put whip pan, swipe, flicker, cross zoom, and rolling into this category. These all add energy between two scenes and keep viewers on their toes, and they're not as expected as a simple transition. If you want to simulate a quick and seamless in-camera movement, try adding a whip pan to merge the two shots together. And if you want to build tension, a flicker or rolling effect can give your shot a feeling of heightened stakes. And lastly, let's try out some more unusual and eye-catching transitions, which we'll call pop transitions. These put focus on the transition itself, demanding attention and clearly signifying a change. Look for stingers, star wipes, shatter, cube, and twist transition for this one. And generally anything involving a 3D movement. These stick out like a sore thumb. On purpose. Not only do they clearly mark a new segment in your video, but they're a fun way to spice up your content and even add some levity. The cube and twist transitions are classics and reminiscent of a slideshow, and the stinger is a great way to include your logo and brand colors in your content as a reminder for who your audience is watching. In the Switcher Studio app, all these transitions are as easy to use as choosing which one you want, then selecting a news source. Nearly all are customizable for duration, and some even let you customize angles, color, and other elements. Every aspect of creating video can impact the effectiveness of your content, and transitions are no exception. You could really be deliberate with your video transitions and have them reflect your brand and message. So download the Switcher Studio Video Editing iOS app to try them out today. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more videos on video, and be sure to follow us on social for the latest Switcher Studio news. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. This is actually a good time for a transition.